Hey, it is Friday here at Ish Guitars. I'm with Scott. We have beer and two very beautiful McCarty 594s. One is your standard, typical McCarty 594, and the other one is a Thinline. You can only tell really because of this little switch right here in a different location. But we were wondering, what's the difference between these two guys? There are some neck differences, but the big thing is that obviously the Thinline is thinner. So we're going to dig into this stuff right now and see what we got and see if they're any different. So Scott, tell me about the differences between these guitars.
So between these two, really just the differences are going
Do you remember?
to be
I told you earlier.
switch placement.
Yes.
We've got one.
Okay.
And where you're going to find the traditional 594 switch placement. But for the Thinline, we got it down here.
Yes.
And then we have the neck carve.
This is the big one.
We have the regular pattern vintage. And then we also have pattern thin on the Thinline, which is a very cool, welcome
Can I just say
variety.
that is a hand clap. I'm extremely excited about this guitar.
We all are.
And then, I'm sorry, I cut you off. What else?
I think that's it.
Body depth?
Is it the same? No.
No, it's not. So this guy's a little bit thinner. It's not much.
I was going to
it's
say,
probably
it is minute.
quarter inch or something. So we were also wondering, of course, about the weight differential because we get a ton of people who call us up all the time asking what the weight is. A lot of people have bad backs, bad shoulders. For some reason, musicians all get in like ATV accidents or something. I don't know. And this guy is
6.9.
6.9, and this one was
6.7.
So it's actually not as big as you might think. It's lighter. That's cool. Of course, every guitar is going to be a little bit different. I'm just guessing you might be able to see these down to like 6.5, 6.4 maybe. These are already relatively light though.
Yeah.
PRS is pretty good at making a consistently light guitar. But a core McCarty 594 weighs a good bit more. They're usually around like 7.5 pounds or so, give or take, when we see them through. So, of course, the most interesting part is we want to hear how they sound. So, Scotty, grab that pink 594. These are both really cool custom colors we have, by the way. We snagged these off a inventory list at PRS. This is Grandma Hannon Pink Metallic. And this is, oh, I'm sorry, this isn't a custom color, actually. This is Frost Green Metallic. This is a catalog color. But, man, do they look good together.
Too good.
They look so good. All right, give me the bridge pickup, Scotty. Cool. Do you hear anything?
I don't.
I kind of don't. Do it one more time for me. Okay, I hear a little something.
A little bit more mid-range.
This sounds a little livelier to me.
Yeah.
A touch. A touch.
I think I like that one more.
Just because it's darker? You just like it more because you're just being an opposite.
Yeah, probably.
Contrarian, that's what it's called.
I think it's got a little more bite to it. This one's got a little bit more woof, a little more mid-range.
All right, go to the neck pickup. Now the challenge is, can you play that again? Just play the chords. I'm a little confused now because now that sounds livelier on the neck pickup.
It does, doesn't it?
That gives me more SG vibes. Like, let's be honest, this is what they're going for, right? Is like the SG market. That gives me more SG vibes on the neck pickup, but on the bridge pickup, I think this sounds a little livelier for whatever reason. It's kind of weird. These are the 5815 S pickups made in Korea or China, I think.
You say China?
China. It's been a long day. Sorry. But they're both the same pickup. They're not a different treble and bass pickup, which is kind of interesting. Now that you put both in your hands, what do you feel about the necks?
I mean, for any PRS nerd or PRS aficionado, you know the differences between a thin and a vintage. I love the thin. I think this is super comfortable. Again, very akin to something you expect out of an SG.
I hear people refer to it almost like your typical modern Fender kind of neck.
Yeah, no, very smooth, very fun. And
C-shape.
especially with these voice pickups, I think it's just a very cool addition. I love it. I love it.
Interesting. Pattern vintage, by the way, if you don't know, is actually an asymmetrical neck profile. It's kind of supposed to feel like a 50s Les Paul neck, but worn in, over the years. Very, very comfortable. Although it is technically thicker, I wouldn't really call it a thick neck. A lot of people who like thin necks will play this neck and just like it for some reason. It's pretty amazing, honestly, how many people say that when we put guitars in their hands. But a lot of people have also wanted a 594, really a two-piece stop tail, and two covered humbuckers, essentially is what they're looking for with that thinner neck. So this is a really interesting addition. I thought they were going to be a little bit more different, to be honest, as far as tonally. I don't know about you, but personally, I can't really say either one of these is better or worse.
Yeah, no, I think it really does just come down to what you want out of that neck feel, which is obviously so huge. Guitar players are very particular people, so it kind of gives it more of that, if we're going in lieu of Les Pauls, the 50s and 60s neck preference.
Well, that'd be like more 60s.
Correct. Yeah, something a little more slim.
Right, 50s versus 60s sort of thing. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool stuff.
I don't know. That's about it. Any other thoughts?
They both sound great.
Yeah, they're even. Just about that neck, I think. Weight's pretty similar. Sounds pretty similar.
Yeah.
Definitely different. But if you want that pattern thin neck, that's your guitar, kind of that 60s feel, and simple as that. I'd be happy with either of these.
Me too.
Well, that was easy. Enjoy, comment, let us know your thoughts. These are Les Paul killers. So put them up against your Les Paul classics and traditionals at home, and let us know what you think. Subscribe, share, stay in touch. See you guys.